Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel SFwithAK. This is Aman Kumar and we are discussing about Spring 26 updates. This is part 4 of the video. If you have not watched part 1, 2 and 3, I will recommend that you go and watch the videos. You will find some important updates that will be useful for your daily lives. So today we are going to talk about how we can retrieve the picklist values based on a record type. So we have a new method to retrieve the picklist values from a record type. We will discuss about old method and how to use that method, and also about the new method and how it's better than the old one. So let's see that in the action. So I'm in the Salesforce org. So first, this is the update that we are talking about: extract picklist values from the based on record type. So we have a new method called connect API.recordUI.picklist value by record type. In this, we just need to pass object API name and the record type ID. Only 2 parameters needs to be passed, and we can get the picklist values of that object for that record type. Okay, let's see this in action. So let's first discuss the old method, how we used to do that, and it needed to make a callout because it was not directly available. So first we need to retrieve the record type ID. So I'm using account object here, and the record type name is demo. So I'm just using that record type. This will give me a record type ID. Then I'm just using the API version. I'm using 66, but you can use lower versions because this method was visible before as well. And then endpoint base URL is this url.get or domain URL to external form. This will give me the base URL of my current org. So I create the endpoint base URL plus service data API version. Then we will use the UI API object info and we will pass the object name. It can be dynamic. I can just say string object API name is equals to, and I can pass the data dynamically from method or somewhere else, and I can just let's copy and paste this. So we can do it like this as well. Okay, now the object name will be picked dynamically, and we are passing the record type ID as a dynamic parameter. Then we needed to create a request, set the endpoint, method, and we are passing the authorization token as session ID of that user. And then we'll send a response, send a request, and that will give a response to us. So I'm just using maps to extract the data. You can use wrapper class to get the response serialized and get into map. So I'm just directly using that. So we'll just first deserialize untyped and get a map. Then we'll find a parameter called picklist field value. Then from that we will get the account source picklist name, and that will give us the values of that account object, and we can definitely find all the values. So let me just show it to you how it works, and we will display all the picklist values of account object from account source field. So let's me just call it. Okay, so we run the method and let's debug only. So as you can see, we got all the picklist values, label, value, and for valid for. So these are all the picklist values that are available on account object in account source field. But you will see we made a callout here. One callout, no query was done, only a callout was done to get the picklist values. Now we have a new method in API version 66, which is Spring 26 update. So we will not use this method now. We have a better method, and we can directly get the values using the connect API. So we need the record type ID as before. We'll get the record type ID. Then we will just call this API, connect API, record UI, and then get picklist values by record type. We'll pass object name and we'll pass the record type ID. That will give us all the picklist of account record type. For this record type, we'll get all the picklist values. From this picklist values, we'll directly get the account source picklist values. So before we had to convert it to map or use the wrapper class to get the values, but now it's directly available to us. We can directly get the values. Now we will get the values like this. I'm iterating these in a for loop. So we will see connect API.picklist value is the output of this particular all picklist values.get account source.values. So this will give us a collection of the all picklist values of account source. Then we will debug each picklist values. So before this was the method, or this was the output. After so many iterations and everything, we had to make a callout and do all these functions. Then we got the values. Now let's see how the new one works. So we get a similar response, and we get the label of the picklist value and the valid for and all things. And the build version, as you can see, needs to be 66. That's the only version it supports right now. So it's a new method. If I change the version of class, it will not support the method. I'll get an error. So as you can see, method is not added until version 66. So the class needs to be in version 66 to support this method, and then we can get the values directly. Now you will see we are not using any query or callout in this method. So we have more governor limits now. We are not using a callout. We are not querying anything. We are just directly using a Salesforce method to retrieve the metadata. So now we have better limit, better performance of the system, and it will be easier to find the picklist values. And as you can see, to iterate or find a particular value, we only had 2-3 lines of code. But here we will have to call out, write so many things, and then we get the response as needed. Even if you create a wrapper class, you will have a separate wrapper class for that, or a subclass of this, and then you will find the map values. But in this one, we directly have a map. We already have all the objects created in Salesforce, so it's very easy to use. So I would say it's a great method, and I'll be using this method from now on when it's live in production. Right now it's in sandbox. As you know, the Spring 26 will be rolling out late in January or starting in February, the student instance. So you can use these methods then. But this is it for today. So let me know how did you find this method, or was the video helpful to you, and if you want to discuss anything about the method or any update that I missed and you wanted covered, I'll be happy to cover that. Thank you.